So this video is going to be another one of those mutt videos. Just a bunch of random things put together. And I'm going to warn you, I have had a large cappuccino today. And I've also had 2 Mountain Dews. So I'm pretty wired. And I have my 3 dogs trying to get up here. I have little doggy steps. And I have my one. You might hear him. He's huffing and a puffing. I have three dogs, 2 boys, and you just heard him. That was him, not me. I have 2 boys and a female. My female's a Chihuahua. One of my males is a Chihuahua. The other one's a Chian. He is a Chihuahua Papillon. He looks more like a Papillon. He's the one that's kind of snotting right here. He's looking at me. But he's the one, the Chian's the one that follows me around. When I eventually do go live, you'll be seeing my doggies, especially my Chian, because he's following me. He follows me everywhere. But anyways, you probably will be hearing them because they are like right here by the speaker. So it is what it is. Anywho, I've had one of those days today. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just one of those days at work. I don't know. It wasn't a bad day. It's just a blah day. I don't know if it's because I have a very long stretch before I have a day off. And in my line of work, we normally don't have that long of a stretch before we have time off. But anywho, we're going to move right into this video. And like I said, I got that cappuccino and Mountain Dew in me, so we're just going to get going. A little wired. And hopefully I can sleep. I mean, I already have issues with sleeping at night, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to first talk about CJ, okay? And CJ, or Elvis V, or Elvis, I'm not ever going to call her Elvis. I'm sorry. Just not going to do it. V maybe, but most people know her by CJ. So we're going to stick with that for now until more people get used to maybe V. I just can't do Elvis. I'm sorry. Can't do it. There's only one Elvis. Sorry. So anyways, Elvis, CJ. See, I said I would never just call her Elvis. I just had Elvis on my brain there for a minute. CJ has a video, or had quite a few, right? And is addressing Granny. And she is saying, I don't do lives, and she's like, she won't leave me alone, and she has no content without me, and she's dragging me, and yada, 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 yada. And I'm not doing anything wrong, playing the victim, in my opinion. And here's the thing. CJ might not have been doing a lot of lives, right, talking about Granny, but she's been panel hopping ever since the incident, right? Talking about Granny, dragging Granny every chance she can get. Participating in the dragging of Granny, along with the other women that she called out during that incident. But she doesn't want to address that, right? She doesn't. So when she says, I haven't been mentioning her name, I don't talk about her, yada, yada, that's a lie. You might not have been doing a lot of lives, right? But you have been on panel after panel after panel, not just doing karaoke, not being innocent, because we hear it, right? And I'm sure people have downloaded it and all that good stuff. But you have been saying some really foul things about Granny, and, and about Tiffany, and about others. And you expect them not to clap back at you. You expect them just to shut up. And, here's the thing. You also, well, let me put this in there too. You expect to do what you did by calling some people's names out when you did this unliving video, putting that burden on them. Now you're hearing my other dog, my little one, he's in the other room eating. We're going to shut the door while he barks at nothing. He's barking at his food. But you put their name, I mean, that's a big burden. I talked about that before. And just because you say, well, I apologize the next day, you expect them to just go ahead and say, okay. Now, some might be able to do that, but that's a big burden to put on somebody, right? They might not be ready to accept that apology and just to get over it, right? I mean, you seem to be getting over your mental health break pretty quick because you are going, like I said, panel to panel to panel. You're back on YouTube, I don't know, every single day, dragging people. So that was a pretty quick recovery. Normally, at least, common sense would say, if this platform would put somebody in such a bad state, then this would be the last place they should be, right? They would log off for a while and just enjoy or try to normal life without social media, be around loved ones in their real life, their family, maybe take a break for a while and not be in this drama. That would probably help out a lot, but no. People come back like immediately. That can't be good for anybody's mental health. But, CJ did. And she expects these ladies that, she called out their names and put this all on them to just forget about it. And, if it was a pre-recorded video, we have seen some proof that it probably was. I mean, can we say 100% that the proof is real? Nothing's 100%. But if it was pre-recorded, that's even more cause for these women to be pissed. And then, CJ is participating in the dragging and, the real disgusting things, not just clapback, but, people talking about their hoo-has, their butts, flashlights, talking about, some really, really disgusting things. Okay? So, to say, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, why are you using my name? We'll just part ways. I mean, you said that before, right? We'll just part ways and not talk about each other, but yet you did. Okay? And then to use mental health as a shield to try to get people not to clap back at you. A lot of people in this drama circle do that, right? They will say the most disgusting things. They'll participate in talking about people. And then they'll come back and say, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going live, even though they're doing it on other people's channels. Or, I have mental health issues. So why aren't you understanding my problem? Why aren't you understanding my issues? And why are you going at me? Don't you care? I mean, that's crazy talk. And when I mean crazy talk, why are you using your mental health as a shield? Because if you did not want people to go at you, then you wouldn't be going at them. You wouldn't be talking about them. And if you are on a panel where people are saying really disgusting things, you wouldn't participate. You would probably say, I'm going to jump off panel while this is being discussed because, I'm kind of not in a good place. I'm not going to participate because I don't need the clap back. I don't need this kind of drama right now. But you don't because you like the drama, right? You like the attention from people clapping back at you, you saying it's hurting your mental health, and other people are coddling you. That's just my opinion, okay? I'm just putting that out there. That's my opinion. You get the some more PayPals and maybe some super chats and some Venmos and hashtags and people putting their avatar pictures, yourself, whatever. And, these same people couldn't stand you, less than a month ago. And these same people, you said, put you in a bad state, put you in a really low place. These same people were making memes and they were saying that they couldn't stand you a month ago, making fun of you. But they're your BFFs now. Yeah, that's how it works in real life, right? That's how it really works. That's fake. That's so fake. But, it is what it is. So, like I said, you can't sit there and expect somebody not to clap back at you or talk about you when you are saying the most disgusting things about them. Point blank, period. Okay? And then Marie, CJ had to to prove a point that, and in my opinion, I think she was involved or knew about it or whatever. She had to put a picture of Marie's parents' house up as a video or, whatever. Marie, she commented under my community post. If Marie has to go legal on that, and we're going to talk about some going legal stuff, to me that's a good cause, right? I mean, CJ knows better. Okay, she could have still proved a point or whatever by redacting or putting something over the picture. Okay, she wants to talk about people going real life or what. You don't have to show the whole picture. I mean, come on. You know how to redact stuff. You know how to color over stuff. Okay? I mean, come on now. Be an adult. I mean, how old are you, CJ? Seriously? I mean, you are so sucked up in the drama. I thought you were going to rebrand your channel or whatever. But you're loving, in my opinion, this attention you're getting. You're so sucked up in the drama. So I'm sorry. People using mental health, but yet they're so full of the drama. They live for it, in my opinion. That's what they live for. This YouTube drama. Some people just love it. They can't live without it. That's just my opinion. So we're going to move on from that. I'm going to move on from CJ. If Marie needs to do something legally, I think she should. That's something when people put out pictures, when they dox people's houses or addresses, stuff like that. That's something that warrants something like that when they do it intentionally, right? Not 10-second content. Okay, so moving along, we're gonna talk about Lonnie. Um, Now Lonnie was over in the community, the Legion community, and there seems to be like a falling out with some people. I think she's still friends with some people. Now, I normally do not go comment over over with anybody over there because I tried to comment on Lichen's channel once, and it was deleted and blocked. I got blocked, so I just never tried to chat in his over there anymore. So it is what it is. But I did leave a message because she put out a little video of Lichen, where he was. I asked if it was last Mother's Day on this video because it was titled, I think it said, I effing forgave you and I still supported you, something like that. Now, I asked if it was last Mother's Day, which I kind of knew that it, kind of knew it was. I mean, because it sounded like he didn't know who she was, right? But I wanted to make sure because I don't like, I like the truth. I don't like assuming anything. And she responded. She was very nice. And he basically, in this video on Mother's Day, he is saying hello to her. And he said, Happy Mother's Day. He goes, if you are a mother, I don't know you. He goes, as far as I know, and I'm not saying this word for word. Like I said, I've said it many times. I don't have anything in front of me. I don't do those screenshots. Hardly ever do I do screenshots. I don't have notes in front of me. But he's like, I don't know if you're a mother or not. You could have thrown your child in a cheese grater or a wood chipper. Okay. So anyways, Lonnie did have a loss. We know that now. I didn't know who Lonnie was. I didn't know about her loss until, just recently when this all went down with Granny. The reason why I asked that is because Lonnie was told, and she was sent a clip of Granny, that Granny was, it's my Mountain Dew can, was talking about her having, or talked about her kids, I'm sorry, or her loss, I'm sorry. Really, really, really sorry. She was that she talked about her loss. Now, I was in that live, I believe in the live, and it wasn't the replay, because I normally, like I've said this many times, I don't get to catch a lot of lives. I normally get to catch the replays. But she was told and then sent a clip that Granny was talking about her loss. Now, what happened was somebody in chat, and then I just found out recently it was Jill, because this happened not long ago, but a little bit ago. And Jill made a comment on my community post that it was her. And I don't know exactly word for word what was said, but it was something like, didn't Lichen downplay your loss, or something on those terms, okay? And Granny read out whatever was said, okay? And then she put yeah at the end of it. And that was it. That was basically it, okay? And that was sent to Lonnie, and somebody's like, she's talking about your loss, and Lonnie got upset. And she sparked up a video. People got up on her panel. I think Sally Ann. I mean, they hyped her up. Okay. This caused her to put pictures up. A lot of people were triggered with those pictures that might have had a loss. Now I lost my train of thought. Like I said, I'm really hyped up on caffeine, and I'm drinking the rest of my second Mountain Dew. Like I said, I've had cappuccino and 2 Mountain Dews. Well, I haven't finished my last Mountain Dew, but anywho, she, and not only that, but other people were making community posts and videos. Even Noodle Mash did a video on pregnancy loss. Okay, so this really sparked up a lot of stuff. Okay, and here's the thing: they were denying that Lichen ever did this, that he ever did this, and then Lonnie put up this video, and she even said that she stood up for him, and she kind of hid this, that actually he did do it. So we know that he did do it, but here's the thing: I have to back up Lichen a little bit here. Okay, well, I have to back him up a lot, because he did not know Lonnie. It's clear he did not know her. Nor did he know that she had a loss. Okay? So he wasn't directing that towards a loss that she had. I can see her taking it that way because she had a loss. So I can see kind of her understanding of it, but she can't put the blame on Lichen because he didn't know. But here's the thing. Yeah, there is a but. Here's the thing. Who says that on Mother's Day to a stranger? What grown man that's almost, 40 years old on Mother's Day would tell a woman he's never met, Happy Mother's Day? I don't know you. You might be a mom. Unless you threw your child in a cheese grater or a wood chipper. I mean, who says that? And they're a grown adult. See, this is the thing. Lichen is not a stand-up comedian. Okay? He's not. Does he say some funny things? Yeah, sometimes. Once in a while. Once in a while. But this man thinks that he's hilarious. He's not. Okay? His people that, that laugh when he says things, if you guys think that's funny, some of the things that he laughs at, you guys got issues, okay? Because the things that he talks, it's not funny. When he grunts like he does, when he's trying to mock people, he sounds like a cow in heat. Okay? Literally. Now, I don't know what a cow sounds like in heat. I'm just saying. He does that grunt, like what Brutally Honest was doing. And Siren was doing the same thing. I think they're trying to mock like Tiffany or something when they're doing that. And the thing is, if they want to be funny and they only do it for a little amount of time, just a short period of time, then you might be a little bit funny. But when you drag it on, it's annoying. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Now, see, that doesn't bother me. Nails on a chalkboard might bother some people. That doesn't bother me. But it's annoying. It's not funny. It's to the point where, seriously, when I had that on, my dogs were barking. Not my Cheon. He was looking at me like, what the F? But my other two were literally barking. Okay? And I didn't have my phone up that loud. It's stupid. It's really stupid. And, I don't even know if I said this yet. I get dark humor, okay? My kids, my three kids, my grown kids, especially my daughter, she is the queen of dark humor. Trust me. Some things that would make Lichen blush. She would. But, and they're friends, but really my daughter would make Lichen blush. No joke. But the thing is, he laughs at himself about everything. Now, even that skit, when he's talking about the N babies, he thought that was hilarious. Hilarious. What was funny about that? I don't get it. I mean, huh? I was when I listened to that video, I was trying to find the humor in that. I mean, and I've heard, I mean, I'm 53. I've heard my share of jokes. Okay? And some I could laugh at them, you know. That wasn't funny. And then when he continuously about, his sexual encounter with Tiffany and what he did on her face and yada yada, and he talks about that a lot, and he's always laughing about it. It's funny. It's like the first time that he's ever done anything with a woman, and he's just giddy and laughing about it. And everybody else, in the community, they laugh too. I mean, seriously? I mean, to me, this is just my opinion. My opinion. When he says some of the things that he says, I just feel like Lichen might not know how to conduct himself in an adult manner around people that when he first meets them in real life. I'm trying to say this nicely. That it's like a grown man still stuck in maybe a teenage mind, if that makes sense. Because that's kind of like how a teenage talks and acts, and the jokes they make, and laughing at themselves and stuff, because it's just not funny. It's not. And I love a good comedian, especially, the raunchy ones. They're cool, but they have good punchlines and good jokes, right? And normally when they're not talking about a certain person in their, I mean, they might be in their life. Normally they make somebody up, but they don't use somebody as their punchline of, dragging them and stuff, I would say keep your day job, but sorry, you can't do that. But anyways, I just don't see him saying any of the stuff that he says on social media, on YouTube. I don't see him being out in the crowd in real life saying this kind of stuff to them, because he might get hurt. Even though he says, it's only words. Well, some people take words, I don't know, they take offense to it, and I don't believe in violence, I don't. But some people might knock him down or do worse because of some of the words that he might say. Now, he might, be totally different face to face with people and not say what he says. He might be totally fake on, YouTube than he is, like if he goes to a bar and, he's around people. I don't know. I don't know if he gets out that often. Who knows? But anyways, I just don't think he thinks before he opens his mouth. And he did say he likes to trigger people. So there's that. We're going to move past that. The only thing that I'm going to say about Lichen, the last thing that I'm going to say about Lichen, is the other thing that I noticed. I did watch a little bit of his live. And he was talking about a little bit about Save Robbie. And he, this is kind of a slap in the face. I don't care if you like Save Robbie or don't like Save Robbie. But he was talking about the creator that threatened Outlander, okay? I think they squashed that. I think they, I already talked about this, okay, before, but I think they took care of that issue. I'm not sure. I think this creator might be friends with Robbie. And I believe that Robbie struck their channel and he took it back. And the deal was that this creator said that they were going to get out of the drama. They wanted to do true crime, right? I think it's Replay. And they basically did, right? They're doing true crime. But here's the thing. I guess Lichen is calling them a liar. They reneged, yada, yada. Well, there's a lot of creators that are taking different paths. They're doing different things. They're sick of the drama, the backstabbing, whatever. So they might decide to go do true crime or do something else. But sometimes drama will pop its ugly head and they'll address things. It doesn't mean they lied or whatever, but they're addressing something and then they're going back to doing what they do. So he's talking about this and he's basically saying, they lied and yada yada. And he made a comment about Robbie, and I don't know if Robbie caught this. I don't know if Robbie cares, or if anybody else cares. And he is basically saying that this creator, as long as they pay their dues to Robbie, then Robbie's okay with them. Now, again, I'm not saying that word for word. And Lichen can, say, well, whatever. But, basically what he's saying, without saying the words that I'm saying, is, and this is going to be my opinion, but really not my opinion. I'm going to say basically what he's saying without saying these exact words is Robbie is a fake friend. Because he did say, as long as, they pay their super chats and pay their dues, I guess, he's okay with them being, in the chat. So you're saying that Robbie's a fake friend, and as long as people pay him, then he's going to be friends with them and allow them in chat? That's not very nice to say about your friend Robbie. That's basically saying he's a fake friend, right? And that as long as he's getting paid by his friends, he's going to be okay with them? I don't know if Robbie caught that. Like I said, I don't know if Robbie cares. Robbie seems to, again, this is my opinion, he seems to be like the peacemaker. He forgives a lot, and I don't think it would be a smart move for Lichen to be on Robbie's bad side, because a lot of Robbie's supporters are Lichen supporters. Now, we have to remember, Lichen came into this community off of Granny, right? When he came over here, he might have brought a few people over here, but he did not have that many supporters until he had a falling out with Granny, and then a lot of people went over there. Then some people from Natasha's went over. But he's got a lot of Robbie's supporters, so if they had a falling out, in my opinion, he would lose a lot of supporters. I do believe they would stick with Robbie. That's my opinion. Now, do I think Robbie would break a friendship over something like this. No, I don't. But I mean, I think it's pretty shitty to say, because you're basically saying that Robbie is using his friends for money without saying those words. Now, Lichen will say, no, that's not what I said, but yeah, basically you did. So we're going to move along from that. Okay, we are. Now we're going to go. We're going to go back to Lonnie again really quick. I know Lonnie, she said that, you know, some people are saying that she's hate bonding because she had some people from, quote, the other side of the tracks up on panel, or some people might be coming into her chat or her comment section or whatever. And she's like, I'm not hate bonding. I'm just making peace, and, you know, I'm not friends with them, yada, yada, yada. But the thing is, this is what I want to say to Lonnie. She probably won't ever see this either. But the thing is, all these people, you had a lot of people, Lonnie, that did turn on you. That they're talking about you. They're dragging you. For whatever reason, whatever the fallout is, I have no clue. But they have decided to cut you loose. They're making videos about you, talking about you. That's what happens sometimes when you have a falling out. Now, a lot of these people that are doing this, and they're calling you out for hate bonding, the majority of them in the community have hate bonded, okay? They have had a falling out and they ran to the enemy. A lot of them have done it on multiple occasions. They have flip-flopped back and forth, and you know this. So if you decided that you wanted to make new friends or maybe get to know somebody, right, on the, quote, other side of the tracks, you have every right to do that, okay? Doesn't mean you're hate bonding, and even if you want to call it that, so be it. There are people that like other people that might not get along. Who cares? Who cares? A lot of them's already turned their back on you, okay? They're going to talk about you no matter what. So if you feel like you want to get to know some other people, you basically only know what you've seen or heard. I mean, have you really got to know other people? You know, do what is best for you. Whether it be log off completely for a while, enjoy real life, or maybe reach out to some people privately and have chats with them and settle some stuff, you know, get some stuff off your chest. Maybe make peace and just move on if that's what you choose. Or maybe make some new friends along the way. And who cares what other people think? You don't have to answer to anybody. You're a grown-ass adult. You could be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Okay? I've said this many, many times. I have been blessed in real life to have a large circle of friends. Most of them since high school. Some of them even before high school. Not all of them get along. And I'll be damned if one of them tells me that I can't hang out with someone else because they don't get along. We just go out at separate times. And we have big get-togethers, right? I've talked about this in my other videos. We have big get-togethers. And the ones that don't get along, they've had falling outs for whatever reason over the years. They still all go. They just don't hang out in the same area when we have these big get-togethers. It's no big deal. Okay? We're all adults. So you do you, whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you want to make friends with who you used to not like because of the community you were in, then make those friends. And if they want to call it hate bonding, so be it. If you don't want to, then don't. But don't let them dictate what you do on YouTube, okay? Because there's a lot of people in this drama circle that are from different communities. I mean, there's people that'll leave comments on my channel that are from different communities. And there's some really nice people that I found. It doesn't matter what creator that they like, okay? I mean, that's just, it's a bunch of horse shit. And like I said, the majority of them have hate bonded and flip-flopped back and forth several times. So just saying, that's the last thing that I wanted to say about that situation. Now we're going to get to the Apple guy. What's his name? Brutally Dishonest or Brutally Honest? Is that his name? Okay, Brutally Apple Man. So he was streaming or restreaming or doing whatever Lonnie's content, right? Now, I know Kim was over there. Now Kim has blocked me. I don't know why. I don't comment ever on her crap. But that's okay. I don't give a shit. And CJ also blocked me. The last time I made a comment over in CJ's is when Granny went over in Natasha's. I was over chatting in Natasha's too. And there was many people from different communities over in Natasha's. Lichen was over in Natasha's because something big was happening in the community. So, people were wanting to know what was going on. No big deal, right? Like I said, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'll go wherever I want to go. But anyways, Brutally Honest was sitting there and he's like, I can, and he was doing that grunting. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I said this before, but he was doing the grunting like Lichen does, right? I think they're trying to make fun of Tiffany, but Siren did that too. That grunting. It's not funny, guys. It sounds like a cow or actually, I know what it kind of sounds like because when I lived in Tennessee, there was a bear once. We were in Cades Cove and it was scratching its back or scratching its ass on the tree and it was making kind of like a grunting noise. I don't know, it kind of sounded like that. It was scratching its back and ass up against the tree in Cades Cove. Anyways, Cades Cove is one of my favorite places to go to relax. Anybody go to Tennessee, best place to check out. It's on YouTube. If you're sick of the drama, go check out Cades Cove on YouTube. Best place to catch a bear, either first thing in the morning or when the sun goes down. Get a good chance to be able to see a bear. Cades Cove, beautiful place. Anyways, he was doing that grunting, copying Lichen, and he is streaming or restreaming or whatever Lonnie's content. But he's saying, well, I'm doing commentary, right? Well, Kim was over there. I don't know if Crafton was over there. But, they condone this, but they're going to sue somebody for what? Playing a few seconds of your content, right? That's something to sue someone over and to ask for money. We'll get to that in a minute. But you're okay if someone that you like is over there doing it, right? If you don't believe that somebody should steal somebody else's content and use it as, their content, then you should stand up for that all the way around, right? that nobody should do that. But you're over there participating in him doing it. Other people have, you know, did commentary. I mean, but no, that's stealing content. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the legal fund right now, because they're trying to sue two different people, and they got a fund up because now I'm not sure exactly. I know one had they strike everything, okay? They strike everything. And I've already said, in my opinion, I think sometimes they strike to get a counter strike and to get someone's a lot of people are doing this too, to get their ID and where they live. That's my opinion. But now they have a legal fund. We already called that out. A lot of people called it out that they were going to put up a legal fund. Now they're going a different direction, because it used to be you had to have, for copyright, you would have to have a lot of money to try to sue someone for copyright. I can understand if it's like a book, a music, or, something like that. If somebody used your material or a poem, something like that, right? Totally wrong if somebody did that and they tried to use it as their own. But are you kidding me? A video? Are you serious? Using, a few seconds, people used to. I don't agree with restreaming or using someone's content. I never have. I've said that a long time ago. You guys used to do it to Natasha all the time, right? Use her shit for content because some people couldn't make up their own. So they used to watch hers on their channel, right? Steal her stuff. But anyways, isn't that how Crafton got his channel taken down for playing her banned content? Anywho, but they want to keep, or they put up this fund. What is it at $1,200? But doesn't it only cost? I mean, I'm not sure. I think Angela put up like $40 to file this claim. But even if it's a little bit more than that, let's say it's $100 to file a claim. You need $1,200 to file this claim. I don't think it costs that much at all. We're going to say, let's say it's $100. What do you need the rest of the money for? I mean, you fill out the paperwork on your own. And then it's like, a panel of 3 people. The video was out there, right? The video was out there of how you do it and where it goes to, right? But are they going to laugh at this because it was just a few seconds of content? It's not like a whole video or whatever. Was there commentary over it? Maybe not. Don't know. But you're okay with someone else streaming, as long as they're in your community, right? You even played, Lichen was playing. You're hearing my other dog bark. Lichen on his band channel was playing someone else's content. Who else did you have? You have some other people playing other people's content. That's okay though, right? But you got people in your community that's going to donate for someone playing a little bit of yours to show how you were screaming at somebody. Makes no sense. If you stand up for one thing, then you got to stand up for it all the way around, right? Because it's wrong? No, you don't. So, I mean, it makes no sense. But okay then. I mean, people are dropping legal funds. I'm taking you to court for this. I'm taking you to court for that. It's ridiculous. A waste of, I don't even think this is court. I think they're going to, it's like a Zoom thing or something like that. It's not even court. But all these threats, I'm telling you, they should have, if for some reason they find in favor of Angela or Tiffany, right? There should be repercussions for making them go through a false thing. There should be. I doubt it there is. But to make them, have to go through all of this. All the threats and everything else. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I'm going to put this on pause and find out why my other little chihuahua is barking. But in the end, people can donate for whatever and to whoever they want, right? It's ridiculous. My opinion, this is ridiculous. Like I said, if you are okay with other people that you like streaming someone else's work, right? Then you don't stand for nothing. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to address on this video, we're going to address Pesky. Now, I talk about behaviors. That's what I do. Pesky is a creator. I was going to say something before, and I just haven't. Pesky, I always got along with Pesky. I think we had a little tiff, little incident where she said something about me. I don't know. And then we were fine. But this is something that I noticed about Pesky. She had a falling out with Granny, and that's fine. That happens, right? And then she went over to Lichen's community. Then she had a falling out. I noticed a change with Pesky when she was over there. Because when she was over there, she was dragging people hard. Okay? Then when she had a falling out over there, when she would make community posts and videos and stuff like that, she basically would just call things out that were bad. Kind of like what I do. She would stand up for what was right. She would call things that were bad, but she did not attack anybody really. And she did make amends with Granny, but she liked people. This is what I noticed. She liked people everywhere. She liked some of Granny's people. She liked Natasha's people. She liked some. She still liked people in Lichen's community. She liked people everywhere. She just did not go back into Lichen's community. She just seemed to be well liked, by a lot of people. In different communities. That's what I noticed. She did not participate in dragging people, being ugly. She just called out certain things. She made funny community posts. That's what I noticed. Okay. Then all of a sudden, there was something about a paywall or something. I think she got mad at Granny again. And she made a community post saying that she was staying out of the drama. I could be getting this wrong. She was not taking sides or something, staying out of the drama. She was not backing someone or backing people or something like that. I can't even remember now. And I was just thinking to myself, okay, I wasn't really seeing that. I was just seeing her being normal, like she normally was, I seen, I would see her, I thought I seen her in Natasha's because I would hear Natasha say, hi Pesky, and seen her here and there or whatever. I did not see her in Granny's. But she seemed to be welcomed everywhere. But she did not like what Lichen was doing, what Lichen was saying and stuff. I think she called some of the stuff that he was saying and doing out. She did not like a lot of the stuff that he would say and do. Um, she didn't stand for that anymore. It was disgusting to her. And all of a sudden, she was back in his community. Okay, that's fine if that's where she chose to be. But it seemed like she just let go of everybody that she liked to go back to his community. And I was just like, okay. I mean, that's fine. But now it's Jamie, 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 Lichen, white knighting, big time. Everything is a, Lichen. Pesky, when did your morals change? Because you said, you didn't stand for this, or you didn't, your morals wouldn't allow you to do this or do that. And all of a sudden, they flipped again. I mean, you can like who you want to like, but you see you saying really disgusting things that you didn't do before. You did that when you were in that community, but you didn't do that anymore. You stopped doing that when you got out of the community, and you were normal. You acted. I know from what you said your age was, we're really close in age, and now it seems like you're saying and doing some really gross things. I mean, I can't say doing, but you're saying really gross things, Pesky, about people that aren't even talking about you. They're not saying anything about you, but you're dragging them and saying some really gross things about them, right? And I'm shocked. I mean, like I said, you can like who you want and be, in any community that you want to be in. But I noticed that a lot of people, I mean, liked you in all different communities, not just one community. And it seemed like your whole demeanor has changed. And then, I don't know, maybe it's because now you fit in better and you're a mod and you are more active and can say what you want to say. Maybe that's how it's always been. And you were more mellow when you weren't in that community. I don't know. But I am going to address it because you weren't like that when you weren't in the community. You were like that when you were in the community before. I mean, you even apologized to me, and I don't even know why you apologized to me. But you said, that's not me. When I was in the community, that community, I was kind of nasty, and that's not who I am. But you're back in there and you're being, kind of nasty to people. And maybe that's what you enjoy. Maybe that's who you really are, and you like being engaging others that way. Because some of the stuff that you say is pretty gross. It's pretty gross about others. Like I said, and they're not even talking about you. They're not saying a word about you. They haven't said a word about you. But again, you're participating in it. I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. Giddy up. But I'm just shocked. I am. I'm shocked. I mean, sometimes masks do slip. And you think that, well, I mean, I don't know you, but you think that you have someone, figured out, but you don't. But I mean, everything is Jamie, like I said, Jamie, Lichen. Everything doesn't have to do with Lichen. This YouTube drama circle isn't, I mean, he doesn't own this thing, and you can support Lichen, and you can support Amber, and it does, like I said, the universe doesn't surround them. I mean, that's big time white knighting for him. I mean, people were talking about other things, and um I don't even remember what you wrote, but you had to say, oh, I know what it was. Uh, the community post is like, well, something about some people going real life. And yes, they did. They went real life. It had nothing to do with Lichen or Amber. And you said, us that support Lichen and Amber and look at the ones that go real life. What did that have to do with Lichen or Amber? That's someone totally different. That made no sense. Just because you support Lichen and Amber, that had nothing to do with that situation, right? And I'm sorry, in my opinion, CJ had something to do with it too. That's just my opinion. I mean, even if she might not have been in the car, if she knew about it and knew what was going on, or even knew about it afterwards and didn't say anything, she was part of it. Sorry, that's how it is. That's how it is. But you changed again, okay? And you even admitted that, you flip-flopped. But that's fine if you want to go to a different community. That's not the problem. The problem is changing from being a nice person and someone that everybody likes to being mean and nasty and participating in some really gross things. That's all. That's all I got to say. Won't address you again. I mean, you can say whatever you want about me, okay? You can. But I don't participate in that. You won't ever hear me talk like that. Ever. Because I don't change. I haven't from day one. I never will. Not to fit in anywhere. And I don't white knight for anybody. People might say, oh yeah, you white knight for Granny. No, I haven't. You don't hear me say, I support Granny. I support this. No, I try to tell the truth. I've called her out on things. And I've supported some things that she said. But I don't sit there and put community post after community post and I support her. I do this for her. I mean, I've done the same thing for Natasha. Okay? I've supported some things that Lichen has said and done. I've put that out. I've also called out a lot of his shit because a lot of his shit has been shit. I mean, if you guys are okay, I've already said before, if you're okay with some of the stuff he does, I mean, fine. That's fine. So be it. I mean, this is just YouTube. Some of you all live and breathe. You probably dream about YouTube. I don't. Okay? I don't. So that's all I got to say. I don't ever have to address Pesky again, but I talk about behaviors. Kind of like you do, Pesky. I mean, you call everybody out, right? On community posts. I mean, you do. You call a bunch of people out. So, no different. No different. And I'm not being nasty. I mean, you can be nasty, but to me, if you want to be, I don't care. You're not going to get the same energy back because I'm not that way. I'm not that way. I'm not going to trash talk you or do some of the stuff that some of y'all do. I'm just not like that. And with that, I think that was the last thing that I wanted to talk about. And of course, this video went on forever. It did. So, it's already getting late. I'm not going to get this uploaded and put out until tomorrow. I don't know when. I do have to work early in the morning. Hopefully, now I'm starting to get sleepy. I'm surprised I'm getting sleepy with all the caffeine I have in me. But anyways, I think that was it. I thought there was a few other things that I wanted to address, but you know what? Who cares? Um, I'm sure it's not really that important. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. I bet you anything if I jump on, because I'm going to kind of kick back, I'm going to jump on YouTube and I'm sure something else happened, right? Um, I do think I did want to, like I said, I wanted to do that. And I know I'm going to have to push it off. I know I'm going to have to because I do, besides my work week, I still have some outside stuff I have to get done. Um, so I am going to have to push off my little domestic violence series until next week. I know I'm going to have to. Next week is going to be a shorter work week since I have such a long stretch here that I'm working. So it's going to be a shorter work week. I'm going to get more days off next week, thank God. So I'm going to be pushing that off until next week. And then I'm also going to be talking about the changes I'm going to be making to this channel. And, or hopefully be making that I wanted to do anyways. I talked a little bit about it moons ago. But anyways, that all got pushed on the back burner. But it's got way too toxic, and I already said that I wanted to back off on talking about behaviors. So, anyways, we will do that little series. I still wanted to talk about the cult-like behavior, still want to do that. There's one other thing that I'm kind of waiting on to see how it kind of pans out, and then I'll do a video on that. I'm kind of waiting. I'm doing a wait game on it. So, anyways, we'll do that little series next week. We'll just kind of see how things go. And we'll just see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm going to put out any more videos this week or not. I might take a little break off of YouTube for the rest of this week, even watching anything. I don't know. Like I said, I got a lot of outside things I need to get done. Again, I let this video drag on forever, so I'm going to go. Y'all have a great evening, and we will just talk to you soon.